If we want our children to really have a faith that flourishes, it's important that we help them to understand they can use their minds, they can use their brains. They may have some big questions about faith and about life, about things like suffering and death and how we deal with these things. We need to give them space at key moments to ask questions. And perhaps at times we need to ask them questions too. Why do you think God allows this? As you're reading this story in the Bible, what does that say about who God is and about who we are? To create space for them to think and to dwell upon these big questions. I always find it important to ask my kids what they're learning about at school. When they're learning about space, how do we begin to expand that actually space was created by God? He had this dream for these planets and it became a reality. Or as they're learning about the Romans, how actually that civilization impacted the very life of Jesus. One of the big issues I have right now with my kids is they have so many different bits of Bible stories from different places. They don't understand how the whole Bible story fits together. They hear some things on Sunday morning, some things at school, some things at home, some things at summer camps. And so actually this summer I put together a very simple diagram. 8 parts that help them to understand the Bible. There is how the story begins with a family tree. There's the journey from Egypt to the Promised Land. The story about Israel and about King David. The story about Israel being divided. The captivity and return of people like Nehemiah. Then Jesus, the centerpiece of human history, his life, his death and his resurrection. Number 7, the church, how it goes from Pentecost into all of the world with Paul and Peter, and how we are part of this unfolding story. And finally 8, the book of Revelation. I won't go into detail there, but the idea of a new heaven and a new earth, that there is hope. Understanding this big story, using their brains to understand it, is important for me to help their faith flourish.